Hello, 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 hello. We did it. We made it to the other side of Christmas. We just cam my camera down a touch. It's a little bit on the overly bright side. Very good. Here's a link to the cast room in which we will be watching Saving Christmas. Make an account at Cast if you haven't already, so you can log in. It's free. It's just a site that lets us watch party stuff on either YouTube or Tubi together. So it makes watch partying very easy. Especially good for Tubi since it kind of gets around the ads, making us all out of sync. So go sign up and join the room via that link if you haven't. But yes, hey Renegade, welcome, welcome. So we are post Christmas. A couple of Christmas little tidbits to take care of. That we didn't quite get to just before the day itself, but that's what tonight is mainly for. I don't know how much else we'll do, but we'll definitely watch Saving Christmas and see how I'm feeling after that. But we'll knock that one out the park to begin with. I'm okay. I'm good. Sleeping pattern's a little bit weird. I'll say that, but other than that, not too bad. Yeah. So I didn't get a whole lot done today that I wanted to because I ended up being like not able to sleep. So I was still up from the previous night and I was too groggy to get anything done. So I've got one or two things that I do need to get to after I've streamed, but not too bad, not too bad. Christmas was just quiet. I was playing some video games and whatever else. But as per usual, mess with my sleep quite a bit. I know I need to do the Spider-Man review. I'll see how I feel. I need energy to sit and talk to myself for like, 30-40 minutes. So I'll see how I'm feeling after the movie. And yes, I understood that. It says a lot that I just understood the sentence and didn't even notice the mistake, to be honest. But it is what it is. But hey, worst comes to worst, I'll just record the Spider-Man review separately, when I've got time in the next day or two, and just so it's definitely done. But people are probably curious to what my thoughts are on that since it's got a lot of big stuff in it. Yeah. So, yeah, final week of the year, final week of the current season for points. I should probably officially move Cindy down. I kind of left her up there just to sort of show that the big change had happened, but I guess it's time to finally go down below. Hey Cindy. Speak of the devil and she shall appear. Just Nico's up a bit high. There we go. Board can go there. And then Bob. Okay. So there we are. So we'll start the movie probably about 15-20 minutes. So So if you're just joining and you haven't made a cast account yet, that's KAST. There's a link in the chat that I posted a little bit ago. Make an account over there and join the room, and that's where we'll be watching this potentially. Well, I know it's terrible. The reputation's enough that I know it's terrible. Browse videos. Might as well get it ready. Why not? What's funny is there's actually 2 movies on Tubi called Saving Christmas. Oh. Why does this keep the... for some reason, I had an awful time trying to type the title of the movie into this chat, this little search box. It kept kind of like not taking all the letters. It was weird. Oops. A little bit of audio probably came through there, but I caught it quick enough. It was like a second. Alright, so I've got the movie set up in cast. So, join at your leisure. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight. I thought I'd be recording with Tara, but Tara is also on a wonky sleep schedule due to her trip, so asked to push to tomorrow. So you get a stream tonight. Which is why I've watched about 2/3 of the new Matrix movie, but not all of it. Because I thought I'll save the rest for tomorrow. Before we record. My Christmas was okay. It was quiet. It's been a while since I've had a not quiet Christmas, but I'm okay with that. Oh dear. Just opening my beverage. I ate far too much junk food. As per usual with Christmas, I usually get a couple of tubs and bags of like just chocolates and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to space these out so that I'm not eating too much per day. 2 or 3 days later, they're all gone. Damn. I have failed. I have failed in my endeavor. So, I'm going to try and be good over the next little bit. Going to try and be good. I'm going to go over to the light. Not that I suspect. I need. I'm going to feel the impact and the gravitas of the cinematic experience. Needing to watch this one in the dark, but I feel like it's probably a good idea. Also, I feel like I need to break myself up in it a little bit because the light's off. I also wanted to nudge the white balance a touch. Not that much. There we go. It's better. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. I see Cindy's joined the cast watch party. Very good. Things are going well. But yeah, I was mostly just playing some Wasteland 3. And I've almost reached the point I got to before. The reason why I've started again is because the first time I played it on Game Pass like a long time ago when it first came out, and I really liked the game, but I'm terrible for like committing to games on Game Pass, which is why I don't usually bother with it. But it was dirt cheap for Christmas on Steam, and I had some Steam credit as well, so it was especially cheap. So I grabbed it. So I'm almost at the point where I was when I first played it. Although annoyingly, I made a bit of a fumble when I was creating the characters. Because if you remember, Wasteland 3's an RPG where you create like 4 characters and you have them specialize in different things and blah blah. And typically I'll make 4 Resident Evil characters just because it's very easy to remember them if they're all names that I already like know and associate with things. And I just kind of like had a moment when I was making the characters where I accidentally called Claire, or I accidentally called Jill Claire. I put in the name Claire Redfield, but then for some reason forgot that's the name I put in and just made Jill. And then made Claire afterwards. So I have 2 characters named Claire. Now, one's obviously Jill from every other detail, but the name. And unfortunately, I can't go back and change the name. I'd have to restart the game to change the name. And I've already put in like 5 hours, so I think I'll just live with the mistake. But I do sometimes have to do a double take to make sure which character I'm on. So my effort to make it easy to notice which character I'm using at any given time has become more difficult because I made that mistake. I never played Dino Crisis 2. I know it's more actiony than the first one. Yeah, it was a weird weekend as well because we did the comics podcast yesterday, which I don't think we've ever done it a Sunday before. So it's kind of thrown off my clock because this feels like Sunday to me because we did the comics podcast yesterday. Obviously, it isn't, but it's what it feels like. That's almost impressive for a PS1 game. Garrett's just turning over in his sleep. Adorables. Yeah, so what's coming up this week? What can I tell you about? Obviously, we're still in a bit of a weird schedule due to Christmas and New Year's. I believe we're planning on doing the annual comics episode. Unless something changes, I think we're recording that on Thursday. And then we're probably just doing the regular episode at the weekend like we normally do. By hook or by crook, I will have the Squid Game finale review up tomorrow. That's priority 1 right now to get that done. I've got the vote winner for the pilots from last month, or this. Well, you know what I mean. I'm not late yet. I'm supposed to do it this month, so it's not late, but it's later in the month than I'd like. But it's just because I was so busy with everything else. Hacks won that, so I need to do the Hacks pilot. So that's my next goal after that, and then I'm basically going into like Hitchcock top 10 mode, where I'm looking at the Hitchcock movies. Been recording. I've got 2 that I want to watch. Before I actually sit down and record it, but I should be able to do that quite quickly. I actually almost watched one of them today. I just decided to watch Matrix a little bit early instead, just to make sure I got that in, because it was like 2.5 hours. So that's kind of my to-do list this week. And as far as anything else goes, yeah, we'll have Discovery. I don't know if we're just going to like talk about this week's and last week's together, just since we couldn't record one last week. So I think that might be the plan. Obviously, Expanse will be up this week as per usual, and then yeah, I think that's everything. And obviously, Ace will be out in the next few days once we've got that recorded. And I'll talk to Timmy this week about what our plans are for January. And we'll start looking at what streams episodes we're doing. Now, I've got an idea for one that I want to do first to kind of start off with a interesting / decent movie. But do not fear, it is not lost on me that I do have to fit Twilight 3 into the schedule. That is not lost on me, so. Does that goal say Eternals? Yes, it does say Eternals. I'm kind of lukewarm on bothering to watch it, so I figured with it coming to streaming in January that people might enjoy, and I might get through the viewing of it talking to people a bit easy. At least that's the plan. That's the plan anyway. So cool. All right. What are we at? So we'll start the movie in about just under 10 minutes, I think. It's a good time for it. And was there anything else I had to tell you about stuff this week? I don't think so. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. I wonder if people are still in their, like, they still have family over, or they still are doing stuff for the holidays. I always got scared off. It's entirely possible, yes, that some people are just too scared to watch this movie, which, you know what, fair enough. I would have expected. It's actually kind of weird. Bob's not here. I mean, maybe Bob will show up, but I ain't pushing it though. Wait, we need to get this done. I got other stuff. I need to watch a musical sometime like this week, or worst case scenario, first week of January, to round off the 4 musicals before I have to start thinking about whatever Renegade's concoction for the next theme is going to be. And I actually just had food for a change, so I'm not hungry. Not normally I come into these streams and I'm like, I'm going to be getting hungry. Have I picked a musical yet? I haven't actually. I don't know what we're going to be doing. But I'm actually, luckily you guys can't make me watch Chicago now, so I get to just pick something. So I don't know if I can find like a list of like musicals that won't annoy people who don't like musicals, or are less likely to piss off people that don't like musicals. I wonder if there's a list like that I can I can browse through. I'll approve of your theme. Oh, we'll see. We'll see, Renegade. I have my doubts. Oh, by the way, they confirmed today that because there was a new Batman trailer, and they confirmed today that it will be on HBO Max about 45 days after it comes out. So it'll actually be on streaming by the end of April, and it comes out in March. So that is pretty quick. That said, though, I will probably go and see it. Is this the last stream of the season? I actually don't know, because I don't know what nights I'm free for the rest of this week. I'm sure I'm recording with Tara the next 2 nights, for sure. Which leaves Thursday, which I think might be taken up with the Comics Annual episode. And then it might be. This might be the last stream of the season. Realistically, if I'm thinking about when I'll possibly be free for the rest of the week, it might actually be, because obviously we start New Year's Day Saturday, so I'm not saying you won't get another stream this week, but I don't think you'll get another one before Saturday. So that's concerning. Yeah, I should probably amend the title or something. All right, T minus 5 minutes to the movie start, which I feel is relevant to just Cindy right now. But 5 minutes now. That made no sense. That made no sense. You might get a stream later this week on Sunday or something like that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know for sure. You may not, but that would still be this week, but after the season's over, into the start of the new season. I'll put last stream of 2021 in the title. There we go. So anyone who shows up knows it's their last chance to mess with things. Although, to be honest, like, outside of giving Renegade enough spins to possibly like tanker or score with Tyler's Terror, nothing's really going to affect that the outcome now. So I would suspect that we're pretty locked into what's there, but that's cool. That's cool. Wasn't planning on a super active stream tonight. Anyway, I show up, I make fun of bad movie, I go home, as it were. Okay. Oh, am I still got the cast? Oh no, I don't. I've got some random thing there. How do I get that link again? Actually, I can still see the first one. I'll just copy and paste that. I'll just copy and paste that link again. How would it be? Who would be cruel enough to want to tank your score this late in the game? Pull up the movie wiki page. I wasn't planning on doing much research for anything in this, but would you believe what Wikipedia could predict? On Rotten Tomatoes, the film received a rating of 0% based on 19 reviews, averaging 2.4 out of 10. On Metacritic, it received a rating of 18 out of 100 based on 9 critics, indicating overwhelming dislike. Oh, you don't say. Overwhelming dislike. Kurt Cameron, on reacting to the negative reviews on Facebook, said, "Help me storm the gates of Rotten Tomatoes, all of you who love saving Christmas. Go rate it at Rotten Tomatoes right now and send a message to all the critics that we decide what movies we want our families to see." The attempt resulted in a severe backlash, in which internet users travelled to Rotten Tomatoes page and condemned the film. Oh, it's delightful. Alright. Audience scores 30% for anyone who was curious. It has over 10,000 ratings. And it's averaged at 30%. Okay. All right. What have you guys got me in for here? All right, I think it's about time to get started then. Let's not dilly dally. We gave folk a chance to appear. I'll still count in just in case anyone does later on, like when they're watching this back, want to like sync up with the stream, or if anyone happens to be watching and not saying anything, but they're watching it via a different method. Uh, Here we go. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, make sure my audio's muted. Yep, it is. Samuel Goldwyn Films. That was a really old school logo for a movie that came out in 2014. Liberty University. Training champions for Christ since 1971. Is this him as himself? Is he introducing the movie? It's a nice tree, I'll give him that. You shouldn't be. Right, I've muted the movie on my end. Now, are you sure you're not hearing it through Cast, where you're supposed to be hearing it from? I definitely had desktop audio muted there, so you're freaking me out a little bit. Renegade, did you hear the movie? Through the stream? I'm not hearing what you're saying because I've muted the playback for me. yeah, I think we're fine. All right, okay, just fair enough. I missed some of what he said because I muted him just in case, but he's very upset about this. That's definitely an empty cup. I feel like this myth that there's like a war against Christmas is, well, a myth. People who don't like Christmas don't tell anyone to not celebrate Christmas. They just kind of get grumpy and stick to themselves. The fuck's that supposed to mean? Santa Claus is on the team? What, the Chicago Bulls? What is this? What is this Terminator CamFam Studios logo? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Saving Christmas. Dun 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 dun. Performances so far are little rough. Little rough. Is Krampus on the opposing team? They built up the old wrestling game and make a Santa, Jack Frost, and like an elf to go up against Krampus, an atheist, and Connor. Sometimes when you just narrate like constantly like that, and you're trying to like sound like you've got like a really important point that you're making, and you're like dropping philosophical like expertise or whatever. It's really hard to listen to, and you start to just zone it out because it just sounds like a bunch of mincemeat. And I love how after that very moody, dark sequence, we jump to this opening title sequence where cartoon characters and gyrating lettering. Why is John McClane on the anti-Christmas team? The animation style is not even consistent with the credits here. It keeps changing. Nah, he saved Christmas. He won his wife back on Christmas. This movie's only 79 minutes long, and we're spending like a good 4 minutes on this animated intro. Oh, I thought the stream froze. But that was an intentional. Yeah, they're intentionally freezing the frame. This looks like the stream's breaking down. Stop it, movie. Alright, Kirk's a moron. Right, we've established that. I've never seen Full House, Cindy. Never really made it big in the UK. How dare someone not be into Christmas? The look, it was like he just found out what the villain was going to be in the movie. He's not into Christmas. Is he like John Cena in Suicide Squad, where where he wants everyone to be jolly, he doesn't care how many people he has to kill to make it happen? Of course his name is Christian, of course. What's with the serial killer music? It's like he's about to murder a bunch of children. Gotta look out for those elf worshippers. Start with the slow motion staring at the kids, it's weird. Especially with the dark music. I don't understand what you're saying. What is this scene? What is this dialogue? Crazy Sharp Friday! Floor 2, floor 4! Shut up! You keep talking! He keeps talking! This movie is making me side with the quote unquote villain. I'm with Christian here. Screw this Christmas. If this is the people he has to put up with. Yeah, run away from him. Hide from him. This is an obnoxious amount of narration. Like, I can't believe how much we've heard him speaking so far. I heard you're not enjoying Christmas. What's up with that? Kirk Kramer is so mad that he's saying that the Christmas music's too loud. Like he looked like he wanted to punch him there. Why is he saying this story like he's talking about like his time in Vietnam? He's treating this with such drama. So basically, Kirk Cameron's saying that we shouldn't worry about the commercialization of Christmas if it is all spending too much money. Which, you know, like maybe people should have a bit of an eye on it. I mean, I lighten up, have a good time, all that, sure, but this idea that he's offended that anyone cares is ludicrous, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Kirk Cameron's acting as he likes to scratch his beard when he's shown that he's got emotions to give. How much of this 79 minutes is this scene in the car? Because this has been on for a while. The slow piano coming in. What gets me about this is that he's fighting this, so-called war on two fronts. He's fighting against people who just are sick of Christmas, but he's also fighting against overly religious people who hate that Christmas has become what it is and isn't just, celebrating, Jeebus and stuff. It's a really specific fight he's having with the world. That no one's really trying to actually have the fight with him. He's just, but, eh. This car scene is going on for a long time. And it doesn't feel like we're wrapping it up either. It feels like we're entering into phase 3 of it. Oh no, we did cut away, never mind. Wait, is the entire movie going to be him in the car explaining different Christmas things and how it's related to Jesus? Is that what this whole movie's going to be? Everyone has white skin and clean clothes. Did he just say that? I mean, forgetting just the casual racism of that sentence, the people who were, allegedly at the birth of Jesus Christ weren't white, right? Let's, I'm surprised he's not said Jesus was American at this point, given the track record of this scene. Jesus was an American. He was born with an assault rifle in his hand. And there was an eagle flying overhead. This is him justifying the snow globe. Right? All of this that's happening right now is him justifying the existence of snow globes. Oh my, they're getting so much use out of this one little cave or cave set that they've got. We've returned to this same wide shot with all the light beams coming in multiple times. Uh, but not all snow globes have nativity things in them. In fact, the vast majority of them don't. What's the cloth got? What's that got to do with snow globes? And he's wowed by it as well. We're back in the car, by the way. We're back to this car scene. We could watch something with better storytelling. You know, like porn or something, if anyone's up for it. Oh, this guy with his memos. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, this is such trash. Look at. Why don't you. Moo. If you're going to dub all of this dialogue where they're hiding their mouths, maybe make the audio sound like it's similar. It sounds so different. It's so obviously just dubbed in. Empty cups. So now the war on Christmas is something they have to like talk about as if they're spies. The look of anger on cunt Cameron's face when he says something like "Christmas trees aren't in the Bible" is the best thing about this. July 19th. That's my guess. This stream and run. The music soundtrack to this film has got like ADD or something, because like the tone of this scene is completely different from the last one in a way that doesn't make any sense. Now it's going for like upbeat hijinks. Is Phil Collins going to be there? Oh my god. There is trees in the Garden of Eden, therefore Christmas trees are valid. This movie's a lot of nonsensical, like, retconning into the Bible why all these Christmas things are valid. This is just like expert level retconning, except it's nonsensical, so it's not really expert. But he filled the world with trees. Apple pie is evil, but that's not because of anything but the apple pie itself. Condoms. Cindy's evil. Consorting with apple pie. Scandalous, Cindy. Scandalous. It's colder than January that isn't December, you prick. Well, at least in a good portion of the world anyway. I, wait, wasn't that Eve? Didn't Eve steal the apple technically? I didn't realize they got Vin Diesel for this movie. Again with this cloth. How far are we into this damn thing? 36, 30, almost 37 minutes. Okay, we're not actually too far from halfway. The last Adam. The first Adam, the second Adam. The last Adam. Adam returns. He's somehow referring to the cross as a tree. Oh my god, the clots in the tomb. What a crock of shit. The jumping jacks, it's not jumping jacks. Sorry, that's just the turmoil you've put me through. I've got jumping jacks on the brain, but the the jumping through hoops that this is going through to just try and justify to a bunch of Christians why they shouldn't feel bad about all the non-Christiany things about Christmas is astonishing. Like if you have to like explain it this weirdly, like and so convoluted to justify why you do anything, like you've already lost. You've already lost the argument. Oh, hundreds. I can't see right now. My poster notes behind the movie. There's like country music now playing in the soundtrack. You think Santa's saying? Like we got an anagram. We've got an anagram, people. Santa carjack Christmas. The weird snuff movie style like freeze frame of Santa that you see is actually kind of funny. Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. That'll get me into it. He's brought the ring. Also, he was like biblical John Wick, or at least that's what the music feels like it's building up to. He's going to break some fools with that staff. Once upon a time, he was the one who fought against the war on Christmas. Oh, oh this ultra slow motion as he narrates is mind numbing. I'm going to break out the Pringles soon. The bird is the word. Bird, 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 bird's the word. He's not heard the song, I don't think. Why is this woman speaking in an American accent? I don't think so, Renegade. I've never seen the original, though. It looks like a pedophile! Oh. Let's go bless some kids tonight after that creepy smile. Oh, Christian's reaction. What's he going to say? Santa is the man. 29 minutes left. For anyone keeping track. I don't remember what my reaction was to Superman as a kid. I mean, he's kind of been around in my life since before I can remember, but I'm not gonna lie. What if you did that? Actually, it was pretty funny. He's already convinced. We got 30 minutes almost of something, but he's already decided that he's on board now. I'm going to be like Santa motherfucking Claus. Alright, I move the chat. My feet are in the way of the chat. There we go. Oh. Oh my god. What the- Is this like a dance? Oh no, he's running in slow motion. He's belly sliding for reasons. What? I can't believe I've got like what sounds like Two Steps from Hell music. Oh my. The presents are like a skyline of a city. How is there 20 plus minutes of this left? He's done it. He's got the spirit of Christmas in him. What more can we do now? What's with the lifetime piano music now all of a sudden? Come on. Hey, Elsa. Yeah, more slow motion. I wonder how quick this movie would be if you put all the slow motion at regular speed. He's been standing at that door so he can have that backlight on him like for so long. Saving Christmas, Elsa. We're quite far into it, but if you're joined up to cast, you can just sort of jump in where we are. It just keeps returning to him standing there at the door with the light behind him, looking approvingly at the realizations that are happening. Oh, why do you think, Elsa? Why do you think it was a massacre on the Christmas stream? A massacre. She landed on it twice in the first two spins. It's the last stream of the season, Elsa. These people are just standing here in slow motion still. It's like nothing's happened. Nothing's happened in like 10 minutes. We've literally never seen them interact with each other before this scene. Big Papa! Why did it just turn into some sort of weird porno? What's going on? I think she was hoping for sexy times, not that you've organised a hip hop dance. Oh, it's absolute trash, Elsa. It's a movie about trying to justify all the Christmassy things that aren't Christian to Christians by somehow tying them into the Bible and God and shit. and it's laughably terrible. And now there's a hip hop dance happening. I love it when you call me Big Papa. It is. It's propaganda. It's weird Christian Christmas propaganda. Uh, no, it's not a horror movie. It's two guys sitting in a car, and one of them's not liking Christmas that much because he thinks it's too unchristian, and then Cunt Cameron decides to just explain it in really weird monologues with a lot of symbolic slow motion images on the screen. And then the last 20 minutes appears to just be a lot of Christmas dancing or something. This is a 1 out of 10, by the way. This is like a 1 out of 10 if there ever was one. I mean, it's technically more proficient than, say, a Birdemic, but that's not saying much. Kirk Cameron is his name. Although I might have altered it to something a bit more colourful. It was a goal. People tipped for this. Oh, pardon me. How is this still going on? And then the main grumpy dude is now to try to break dance, and it's. This is embarrassing. This is actually embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for all these losers in this movie. 14 minutes left. Oh, come on. I'm getting delirious. I'm getting absolutely delirious. There's just a lot. Now every character's getting a chance to dance, and it keeps switching between fast and slow motion. I can't believe how padded this is. This, as terrible as it was, like, at least I would say it was better paced if it was like a 40-minute TV episode or special. But they have stretched this out to be barely feature length with so much padding. That was like 5 minutes, at least. Oh my. Just end this. End this misery. Nothing's happening. What little plot there is, if you could even call that, is just gone. Wait, how harsh was it? How harsh was the word, Elsa? What did you say? Boob? Tit? Tatty Bojango? Mummy milker? But dare I ask, why were you even mentioning the boob? You said boob. Were you calling David a boob? That would track. That would make sense. So now he's just saying how great Christmas dinner is as we get a lot of shots of people eating and clanking their glasses together. Wait, is this the end? Oh, what? There's 10 minutes left and the credits have started. I mean, I'm happy. That's great news. I assume there's going to be like outtakes or little bits at the end. I cannot. I think you know, on top of just the blatant like weird Christian propaganda of like trying to retcon how everything that we do at Christmas is somehow tied to the Bible and Jesus and all that. Oh, it's outtakes. But so outside of that, which is just stupid, for numerous reasons, we have the key thing that gets me is that how padded and stretched out this is to try and justify it being a movie. So we've actually finished the movie with 10 minutes to go, and they're using outtakes to pad out the credits. We had an opening title sequence. We had like a 10-minute slow motion dancing sequence after the plot was basically already over. I found this when we were doing one of the box games, and then Cindy was determined to make it happen. Also, hey Chris, you missed the treat. It's just outtakes of this fast talking guy. This is terrible. There's like nothing interesting going on. Yeah. It has better technical qualities than a Birdemic, but it's still a 1 out of 10. That's where we are with this. 1 out of 10. Oh, family photo. Thank you to David for this. I cherished every slow mo second. Well, it's, you know what? It's recorded. My reactions are on camera. They'll be there forever now for anyone who wants to go back and sync up and suffer the insanity that it was. No, he's saving Christmas from people who want to war on Christmas because people are convinced there's a war on Christmas when it's this weird thing that like atheists don't tend to want to make a big fuss. They just it's not a movement. Atheism is not a movement. It's piss off and leave me alone. Oh, we never came back to him talking in front of the tree, did we? All right, the outtakes appear to have stopped for now. Oh, YouTube made that be moderated. I guess it's controversial to say Kirk Cameron is a nut job. I'd never really heard of him outside of like the myth of this movie. But having watched it, I can concur that he is indeed a nut job. Honestly, the look of anger on his face when someone implied that something wasn't Christmassy and that he's right about everything was the most entertaining element of this movie. Oh, madness. Absolute madness. All right. I mean, I'll let the credits play out, but I mean, not really much sort of interest. How are people? How is everyone? Did people have a nice Christmas? It was a teen idol that became super Christian. What did the cloth represent? Everything, Cindy! It represented everything, apparently! It represents the snow globes! Somehow. The tree represents the cross, which represents the cloth in the cave, which means he has risen. The banana is proof of God. Hmm. Oh dear. Copyright 2014. There's like 3 minutes left. Oh, he went on a whole speech in the movie. Oh, there's some more outtakes at the very end. This is how they get to 79 minutes. Yeah, he goes on a whole speech about how like Jesus got on the cross is the apple getting back onto the tree that was taken. So that's the sins that he's answered. It was a bunch of bullshit. I mean, because the guy who's like moody about Christmas like Christmas trees are pagan, they're not even Christian. And Kirk Cameron's like, oh, you're so wrong. Let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. He filled the world with trees, therefore trees are Christmas. He also filled the world with lots of other things. Like skunk poop. Skunk poop's not Christmassy. There's like outtakes and rapping go added. Maddening. One of the worst things we've watched for sure. It's really hard to start comparing a bunch of things that are all 1 out of 10 because they're all kind of 1 out of 10 for often a variety of reasons. So it's hard to compare them at a certain point. But like, I definitely enjoyed something like we watched Replica, right? That was like really funny. It was obviously garbage and terrible, but it was really funny bad. While I laughed a few times during this, I wouldn't say that this is consistently funny bad. Did I finish my Pringles? I've not finished them yet. I've eaten what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Got to pace myself. I was saying at the start of the stream that I've had a lot of chocolates and stuff over the last couple of days. It should be called Cunt Cameron's Cringy Christmas. That's what it should be called. And finally, that's the end of the movie. Okay, we're 100% done. We can move on with our lives. Saving Christmas is in the books. That was not what he was getting at, no, but like I was pointing out as I was watching it, Elsa, so much of it was basically like a Christian trying to retcon why all of the things that are used in Christmas that aren't really that Christian are somehow actually tied to Christianity and God and Jesus. Like, that's what it was. It was basically someone trying to retcon so that all the continuity made sense. I think it was worse than American Psycho 2. I'd agree with that. I would agree with that sentiment. Well, as my average for December tanked. uh. Oh, I've got a new lowest average movie that I've watched of the year. 0.8 stars on Letterboxd. This Saving Christmas. That beats. What was the previous lowest average? I can't remember, but there was something at the lowest average for a long time. I'd have to go back and check. Yeah, I mean the only bright side is that it wasn't that long, so that's good. Mercy was had a little bit, but early on, like the Cameron goes out to see his brother-in-law who's sitting in the car because he's avoiding Christmas, and this is like quite early on, and they're in the car talking for like 10 straight minutes, and I'm like, man, this car scene has gone on for so long, and then it turned out that most of the rest of the movie is them still sitting in the car. It just cuts to like these weird, like, almost visual poems that play out whilst Cameron's like monologuing about Christmas and explaining each of the Christmas elements and why they're actually heavily related to Christ. And of course, the guy who needs to hear all this is named Christian, just for the extra tinge of irony. Why were you trying to persuade me to watch it, Peter? I thought you liked me. I did, just so you could like be up in the experience we've had together and know the lore. I might reference the movie from time to time. Might be worth having in the having the old memory. That's all. All right. But hey, it's done. It's done. You can cross that off the to-do list. Now we do have one more musical left. I get to pick what it is. I haven't made a choice yet, but that will likely be the first thing we watch in 2022, because I don't think I'm going to be streaming again before Saturday. So this is the last stream of the year, which also means it's the last stream of the season. Not that anything's really going to change about the winner, unless there's some really nasty Tyler Terror landings, which really shake things up. But I suspect that we know that Renegades won by this point. Yeah, I wasn't want to try to torture you. Just in the sense of like, okay, we all understand the torture, so we can reference back on it later. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the worst movie I've seen. Like a 10 worst movies that I've ever seen is probably a list at some point, and I'd have to really think about it and look at the title. I wouldn't watch them again, but I'd have to really think about each one. The funny thing about the ones that are the worst that I've ever seen is they all tend to be quite memorable. Yeah. Elsa's got deja vu mode on right now. Yeah, it's the last stream of the year, but obviously it's the new year on Saturday, so it's not actually that dramatic. Do, 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 do. Not all of them, just the last two. Although this one might pop in again. We'll see. It was just two of them appeared twice, Elsa, but it was back to back, so it warranted a wee cheeky comment. Da 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 da, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. New Year's Eve plans? Not really. I think I might even be recording stuff on New Year's Eve. Of course, that could change though if someone gets plans, but they did offer for some recordings, so I maybe just be using it to get ahead. Honestly, get ahead on stuff. Get everything back on some form of normal schedule. The next classic Screams episodes that are being ported over to the movie channel are the Scream movies, so they're all there for the new one coming out. Then I don't know what I'm doing after those, but that's the next Scream episodes going over. Maybe I'll watch New Year's Evil. It's been a few years since I watched it. Probably the last time I watched it was when we did it for streams. And it's a treat for New Year's, is what it is. I actually have to really use the bathroom, guys. I will be back in a second, but don't go anywhere. I will see you soon. I have returned. By the way, maybe don't pour over hole in the ground after what happened. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, maybe I won't be in a rush to do that one. Maybe if I get to the point where I've ported over everything, I'll finally do it, just so that the entire library is done, but it's not a priority. Has to be said. I am going to at some point soon have to stop doing franchises though and actually start doing lots of individual episodes from like probably 2017ish, just so that they're not all being left behind for too late. I don't want to port over like 2019 and 2020 episodes for the most part. I've done a couple because they've been like the end of franchises, but those can wait a little bit. It'd be better off to like focus on the older ones for a while. So I'll probably just sort of focus in on the 2017 episodes. I'll probably still, if there's any like franchises in there, I'll probably stick with them first. Like I think the Dead trilogies in 2017, so that'll probably be soonish. And then I'll just start whittling through some of the single episodes. But it's nice to see all the playlists of all the different subgenres and decades start to kind of fill up a little bit as I port over more Screams and Ace episodes. So, my plan afterwards is that I have to get the Squid Game finale done and out. So that's kind of my priority after this stream, and yeah, maybe I'll even look at the next thing I need to do. Typically speaking, I like to cross off something of the personal to-do list but that's on top of whatever else I need to do. So like, Screams, Ace, TV reviews that are weekly or anything like that. Those are just kind of taken for granted, and then I'll have a list of other things I need to get done that I'll try and knock out one per day. But that's on top of like all the usual uploading and recording and watching and whatever else. So that's the plan. I think I might get a Squid Game episode done and watch one of the final couple of Hitchcock movies that I want to get done before I record that top 10, and then hopefully that'll be a fairly quick turnaround at this point. I mean I don't want to say that too confidently because it's exactly the sort of thing that will get pushed for a little bit if anything gets busy, but hopeful. Oh, I think I hear a cat scratching somewhere. Hold on. There's a cat trapped in a room somewhere. Which ones do I have left? What ones of what? What do I have left? Top tens? Oh, which Hitchcock movies have I got left? Oh, I'm going to watch Rebecca and Lifeboat. I need to rewatch those to see how I feel about them. It's been too long to know for sure. Isn't that right, Firefly? Yes, Firefly was trapped in the main room. I'd shut the door over too much and he couldn't get out. He was all distressed. He's like, I'm trapped. I'm a cat and I've been locked up in a fortress. I can't come be on camera. This is inhumane, I tell you. Isn't that right, Firefly? Yes. So I'll probably wrap up the stream soon. Get on with work. But I knew we had to squeeze in Saving Christmas, and I didn't want to like push that till like after New Year's, because that'd be really weird. It's one thing watching it a couple of days after Christmas because we're still kind of in that Christmas to New Year's period, but not that any of us really wanted to watch that at any time. But I don't think any of us wanted to watch it after like the trees came down and we're out of the season completely. So that's that. And I will record a Spider-Man review. In fact, I'll probably do that with Squid Game. Now I'm thinking about it, and knock that out as well. So that's done and crossed off, and still have some screenshot game stuff to do. A 5-game round, but we can do that. We can do that for the whatever streams next. That's easy enough. It's all set up and ready to go. And then from there, we're on to a new year with new seasons of points, new games, new whatever. And hopefully there's fun to be had. And maybe even some good movies on stream. Wouldn't that be nice? Some good movies. The game night. Oh, you're right. Of course, we got a game night still to do. Everything kept being so busy, we never got around to doing the game night. Alright, well, there you go. That's something to do. In January, right? Book it in for January. We'll do the game night. We'll do that early on in January. We'll pick a night specifically for it, so everyone knows we're coming in to do a mix of screenshot, Jackbox, and whatever else. That's unfortunate. That just kind of got left behind because so many other things were going on. You can give your theme out now, Renegade. There's no harm in it. Renegade has won the season. I think it's fair to say that at this point. With our 142 points. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do the last musical and that last batch of screenshots that we need to do. And then our next priority after that will be doing the game night. We'll probably do the game night before we start working through Renegade's theme. To get that crossed off the list as well. And bada bing, bada boom. In honor of Uncharted, my theme is treasure hunt movies. Treasure hunt. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to go and do a little bit of research and see what options I have. It's an interesting one. I'll say that. As tempting as it is to just say let's watch the Goonies, because it's the obvious one, or obviously an Indiana Jones movie. But I will try and be a lot more adventurous than that. Maybe find some gems, much like the treasure hunters themselves might find, or find some turds, which happens a lot on this stream. Yes. So yes, treasure hunt is the theme then for the next season. So we'll be watching 4 treasure hunt movies. So I say we'll finish off the musicals. We'll do game night and then we'll start focusing on the treasure hunt movies. I think that's a solid game plan to start off 2022. And true. That's not quite torturous. You're not as mean as Cindy is. Cindy, who is notably loved watching Saving Christmas and then has vanished. She's like, I got my torture. I got to see him in pain. No, I run away. I do not care for these treasure movies. But yeah. No, it's a very different theme. It's a very different theme to what we've had before, because we've had specific horror themes, we've had dinosaurs, fun musicals. So yeah, I think Treasure Hunt is a nice different taste. There's a different flavor to what we've done before, which is nice. So yeah, okay, challenge accepted. Yeah, there you go. That is pretty much the stream. So thank you for joining me, everyone. Have a nice new year. Thanks for all the support throughout 2021, and we'll come back swinging next year, which sounds like it's really far away, but it's not. So I don't know what night the first stream will be. It just kind of depends if I end up being busy this weekend or if it's going to be like a Monday again next week. But that's okay, Cindy. I get it. Saving Christmas destroyed my spirit as well. But yes, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. It has been a pleasure. I will see you guys next time. So good night and goodbye.